Alright. Alright, so I'm just gonna walk up and draw my sword, plant it in the ground in front of me, and I'm gonna yell out at the top of my lungs. My name is Genji of Kuranyoshi Mitsu of Kozakura, and you will stand and face justice! And then see what happens.
Okay.
Clearly, people of Affluence are offered these areas. There are 2 guards that are seated up in the hallway, and they look over as you guys are coming over to knock and say, "Oh, say your business.
My name's
What
Glasmith.
might you be interested in, Raphael?"
Yeah, my name's Glasmith and Amble Chest, and I've crafted a lute for Zira, and I'm here to deliver it to her. And I pull the sack from off my shoulder and I open up and show him.
Oh, fuck me. Look at the neck on that one, Jimmy.
Quite a nice lute. Now, what room is she staying in?
Well, the one you're standing in front of.
Alright.
How do you know Zero?
I spent some time with her, and she gifted me this cloak, and I said I'd pay her back by crafting her lute.
I mean, oh.
And it billows out like the wind blowing on it.
Hey, elbows. Nice look from the front and the rear.
I like these guys.
They're kind of elbowing back and forth. Yes, certainly. Let us announce you. Your name?
Glasmith and Amble Chest. This is my friend Bronson, and this is Genji Ninja.
Oh, and lads, if you're thirsty, I hear they've got ale downstairs.
Oh, we've been slathering
I bet you
a
have.
few.
I bet you've slathered a thing or two in your bag. They call me the Breaker.
Breaker of ice.
Stone.
Yeah. Okay, we're buddies, right? Okay, so we're
And then
walking
in the-
over
in the
here because I'm
distance you hear-
helping you. 16. Alright, anyway. Take those hats if we can.
Especially if there's survivors left.
Yeah, I prefer to make the trek too.
And Glas makes her cloak billow out before it. As the champion says.
Tip my cap. Finally, some respect.
Q lights another bowl and getting some sexy trolls and
It's like a bog troll or whatever.
How many years have you all been gaming together in this 5th edition game of choice?
In this particular game, it's been what, a couple years?
We started playing in the beginning
September of
2016.
yeah, something like that.
Is when we first started.
Okay.
But I DM'd for you and Mike and Alec. So that's kind of where our group started.
Yeah,
right?
that is where the group started.
Unless you want to consider yours with...
the original Monday night game.
Well, but was Alec or anybody in that one?
No, not until we had.
We had a couple of go.
That would actually be a really great session to go on. Is handling toxic environments
and paladins.
Well,
how to not be too stoned at D&D.
Oh man,
we started playing in 2013 because when we kicked off our first games with Brandon because it was less than a year.
Because I had never heard of D&D and
that Monday night game was what 2014 or something like that.
When 4E was brand new is when our group started together.
2014, 2015, because it was before Clara.
So those
well before
miniatures bones. He's asking.
Yeah. So these are all come from Bones. So
we've done the Kickstarter.
Did the Kickstarter? Kickstarter.
The cart sticker. We're totally gonna start a new website called cartsticker.com, and it's just like Kickstarter, but it's cart sticker.
Cartsticker.com.
But yeah, we've got a ton of these guys that we're going to be going through. Literally just buckets and buckets of them.
You should also just show off the T-Rex.
Oh yes, you will find her up on the 3rd floor. She has taken one of our most appointed rooms, which leads me to an apology, sir. Had I known that you would be coming here, and I perhaps could broker a conversation to move her to a lower classroom so that you will feel comfortable after you have given your performance this evening.
That will be fine.
Certainly, I shall return.
We'll take your room.
Oh, absolutely. It would be my honor. Do you want me to take my wife out, or do you...
What?
She can go with you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I believe you are misunderstanding the interpretation of my words here. what I'm telling you is if we take these kids forward with us here, we could be running into issues. Trying to make them keep pace with us at the pace in which we move when we are pacing forth.
I understand.
Volker.
Okay, I'm gonna cast sleep right here.
I think you just need the edge of the dino.
Yeah.
So it's in
I've already
this.
blown my
It's in
wad
this circle.
pretty much entirely, but
Can zombies be put to sleep?
Zombies can't. Well, actually,
No, one cast.
hold on.
Let
Yeah.
me put the template down. No,
Hold on.
you're doing it.
like I can hit once and then second win, or I can just hit him twice and get it down. Zombies for sure.
Zombies can't be put to sleep.
The dinosaur can.
They can't.
They're immune to mind
if they're all
effects.
sweet.
It's like that big.
Okay.
Yeah. Level 1 sleep.
I just think that if
5d8.
I'm battling,
Roll it.
like if I feel I might be able to absorb one more round of zombies and down the dino one flip, it's possible.
Fucker. Why am I even doing math?
You know what I mean?
27.
So, and it's a sphere?
Yeah, it starts with the lowest hit point character.
Okay.
Point total. Right?
Did you sleep undead?
You tried to.
Whoa. We don't need your judgment.
We don't need your judgment. We don't need the
All you have to do
judgment.
is stab that T-Rex like once.
I'm just talking about the last time we tried this.
We don't
yeah.
need the judgment.
You cast it out, and you can feel the energy leave your hands as you reach out, trying to toy them to sleep with gentle grasp.
And you're like, oh yeah, I remember the last time this happened.
And the same way confirms what you had already known from before, that these don't seem to have the minds that you can put to sleep and shut down. They are relentless. They are hungry. They are undead.
It was literally our last time fighting the T-Rex.
Whoa.
Wow, why don't we just get attacked over and
Yeah,
over?
Guys, maybe you'll be here in like 15 minutes with a random guy from under a three-way to replace you.
How do you know it's a guy?
Oh, God.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Am I just killing him?
Yes,
Yeah, you are.
Look at my feet. They're dancing feet because they're happy. Get a camera
Look
over
at
here.
him go! Timestamp.
Look at that.
Timestamp that one.
Valkyrie's gonna walk up to the raunchy sailor.
Hugh Hackenstone.
Yeah, I was gonna say the song he was singing and start playing his lute, but like completely different melody, completely different song.
Give me a performance check.
Okay,
You got his character sheet?
I do.
It's beautiful.
19 plus 11. That's a 30.
What?
Whoa. So you can tell that.
Where? What? Come on, Dave. First roll as you, and it's a third.
So as Volker comes up, and you can tell he's a little bit hacked at Hugh for trying to do any type of music or any type
Yeah.
of performance. Like that's
It's
my
his
lane.
thing, yeah.
Get out of my lane.
For I'm a bard who gets pissed off when you sing my song.
So he comes up, and it's almost like he's trying to Eddie Van Halen this stuff. And he's like holding the lute further down than what he should, and he's just banging away. And you're seeing like him try to change the beat off of what Hugh's doing to make it seem like Hugh is more out of tune and not in timing. And gets to the point where Hugh's getting like real flustered because he thinks he's getting into a groove as he's singing. And he ends up just kind of giving up and says, "Oh, boys, I'm sorry. I guess whenever you're on a boat, there's a different beat to the ocean. The swaying of the ship's what I sing to. Please, Valkar, if you wouldn't mind, just continue playing for us. I'm sorry." And you see Volker kind of perk up, and he starts dancing as all the attention's back onto him.
Clearly.
And as he draws his blade and brings it out, the water starts to collect, and he cuts through the droplets as he brings it up into the ready position.
Sure.
Dude, I look kind of yoked. I like this camera. You gotta get big! You hear me, Main Shane Okerlund? Rest in peace! and at the end he said, there was only one way to make sure that your entire family was to perish from the face of this planet. To breed you out. And as he lifts your sister up, you can see a bump on the belly, and he smacks her, and she falls prone off to the side.
No.
Bronson looks over. He's like peeking around the tree and looking at all this. And
What's Genji doing?
he mouths to him, "Is this bad?"
So
And with that, Genji.
I will very calmly pull my sword out of the ground and assume a ready stance as I begin slowly walking forward. And I will say, Hanzo, very well. You have wiped my clan from the histories of Kozakura. But as we know from studying the storied histories of the heroes of our past, each stroke of my blade will rebuild my honor and recreate the name of Yoshimitsu, just as the stones slowly build new shrines and temples to our heroes. Come and face the end of your name.
Oh, all right. But it's part of like the WizKids line, and they did a lot for Tomb of Annihilation, and one's the Zombie T-Rex. And this was a great sculpt. Didn't have to go in and do much in the way of repairs, either using easy green or any type of hot glue or super glue.
Did you get that $20 I sent you?
In on it.
Yeah, thank you.
And then
I'm gonna go up to where Valkor. Where did you see this board?
I'll point.
so he points down right along here.
Okay. So I'm gonna move. Hey Bronson, stay with me, and I'm gonna look for tracks.
Give me a survival check.
Of course. 24.
I don't think that dance is necessary.
That was boarding on a Fortnite.
Disagree.
Yeah.
Disagree, Billy. I thought it was totally necessary.
Lots on.
I don't know how it worked. No, that's definitely not.
You're gonna hit
That's
Dave.
the opposite of how it works.
Is it?
Your arms go in the same direction, not opposite
Yeah.
directions. That's what they're doing.
Oh, are you doing a Fortnite dance?
Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Nope.
No.
Out.
Dude, your kids
out,
can do this a lot
in.
better.
Oh God, Luke does it great. But
I just coached Billy on how to floss.
what time was that? At 26.
It's a Christmas card right there. Look at it happen.
This is what, somebody tunes in and sees this, they're turning right back.
It was funny.
That's so beautiful.
Stupid dragon.
Stupid dragon. Stupid sexy dragon.
Then he told us like 3 times not to fight. Is that the same
So
dragon
good.
we're talking about?
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this was a fun one to do. I'm getting to the point where I can start to do better dry shading, and we're doing techniques. So I use the Reaper line paints, and I don't do any airbrushing, just because I don't have that much experience with it. So this is all hand brushed, and wet blend on the bottom, and then you do dry blends on top. Which that may actually be a fun thing to start doing, is painting videos, but there's so many people who are like, way this snot better than me.
He says, "Oh yeah, you got some skills there."
Mm-hmm.
But this is a mixture of the insulation foam that we dry brushed and made into rocks, and then the jewels are painted pieces of cork that we shaved up. The what looks kind of like gravel down there on the base is quinoa.
If you get hungry.
It's the only acceptable use of quinoa.
It's the only
Oh, I forgot.
Okay.
Valkyr's gonna walk up to the raunchy sailor.
Hugh Hackenstone.
Yeah, I was gonna say the song he was singing and start playing his lute, but like a completely different melody, completely different song.
Give me a performance check.
Okay,
You got his character sheet?
I do.
It's beautiful.
19 plus 11. That's a 30.
What?
Whoa. So you can tell that.
Where? What? Come on, Dave. First roll is you, and it's a third.
So as Valkyr comes up, and you can tell he's a little bit hacked at Hugh for trying to do any type of music or any type of performance. Like that's my
his
lane.
thing, yeah.
Get out of my lane.
For I'm a bard who gets pissed off when you sing my song.
So he comes up And it's almost like he's trying to Eddie Van Halen this stuff. And he's like holding the lute further down than what he should, and he's just banging away. And you're seeing like him try to change the beat off of what Hugh's doing to make it seem like Hugh is more out of tune and not in timing. And gets to the point where Hugh's getting like real flustered because he thinks he's getting into a groove as he's singing. And he ends up just kind of giving up and says, boys, I'm sorry. I guess whenever you're on a boat, there's a different beat to the ocean. The swaying of the ship's what I sing to. Please, Valkar, if you wouldn't mind, just continue playing for us. I'm sorry. And you see Valkar kind of perk up, and he starts dancing as all the attention's back onto him.
Clearly.